Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we'll be taking Aggro Battlemage to the Legend Ladder. As you can see, the list is on the screen, and the story behind today's deck selection is that I was looking over the recording yesterday of well, I guess I recorded it earlier tonight, but you guys saw it yesterday, the item source for games we just did on the channel, and when I was looking at the video I was like, wow, only played 2 games and it was 26 minutes long. That's way too long. We have to play some aggro and have a shorter video length. So that's exactly what we're trying to do today. We're about to try to take TDC Jason's number 12 here. As you can see, we're number 13 after the item source for games. And the only difference between this list and the one I've been playing a lot recently is that I took out the Gratwood Ambushers for Royal Sages. Royal Sages higher payoff against slower decks that are slower than us at least. And obviously the Gratwood Ambusher, higher payoff against other aggro decks, which I've been facing less and less of. So that's basically what we're attempting here, is to try to, I guess, even the playing field if we're going to be facing in slower decks. I think I just ship everything. This is tough. Yeah. One could make the argument to keep that 3-drop with the Ring of Magicka and just sort of hope for a 1 or a 2-drop. Sharpshooter is not really the one I want to keep. This is much better. We have 1 Firebolt target. This curve looks like it's going to work out. It's going to make him play reactive, so we probably get our Sages and Jarls off. Of course, we do potentially run the risk of getting outpaced in an aggressive mirror if we can't get the Sages and Jarls off and we don't have Gratwood Ambusher to keep up. And as we can see, as with... this is very similar to the item sorcerer games that we just had. We're playing against an Assassin first, and he has a Goblin Skulk very quickly, but we have Camlorn Sentinel. That's pretty much the best thing we can hope for here, I think. Let's smack him. This deck does a lot of that. I'm just going to play the Sentinel with the Ring of Magicka, aggressively use the ring charges to give ourselves the highest lead on the board possible in the first few turns, as that will probably decide the rest of the game. We have the Prophecies in this Prophecy Aggro Battlemage deck to fall back on if we start losing the board, and give us that extra bit of, reach. We can use the Prophecy creatures to go face, or we just get more burn damage to kill our opponents. So yeah, let's see if there is a good answer to this Camlorn Sentinel. Hopefully not. Now this could very well be the Swindler's Market Assassin. Looks like Curse. Okay. So, obviously Royal Sage is a live card. I feel like it's going to be live next turn as well. We could go for Earthbone Spinner. If we Earthbone Spinner on the Daggerfall Mage... well, we have 2 options if we go for the Earthbone Spinner, obviously, since he has 2 creatures. We could Earthbone Spinner the Goblin Skulk, outright, basically use it as a glorified Sharpshooter Scout, then kill with our 1/3. He'd be able to attack my remaining 1/1 guard, get his tome, use the tome, whatever. It's pretty slow. We could deny the tome, but do we even care if he uses 4 Magicka on the tome? It seems like pretty good for us overall. Which lane would I even play the Spinner? And I think I played the Spinner in the left. I think I just Earthbone the Skulk because the odds of him getting another curse, that's probably a lot worse for me than him getting this Tome of Alteration. That's it seems like an odd play. Against most decks, or with most decks, he'd probably want to deny the Tome instead of denying the little Skulk, but I think we're actually going to do this. Oh, I don't like using all of my ring charges that early, but we are an aggressive deck. I'm going to attack last to make sure I got that trade in. Ooh, that hurts. Prophecy already. Feels bad, man. 1-for-1 removal is fine-ish here. Probably just Lightning Bolt's one of these things, which I guess I'm just going to have to become okay with. Okay, so Spider Worker confirms, doesn't add to the board, which is good for me. Confirms that it is indeed a Swindler's Market Assassin deck. Looks going to have a lot of cycle. Let's see if we're playing against a lot of Swindler's Market decks on these games. So if you guys were not seeing a lot of them, now's your chance. Soak it in, as we try not to get burned out by a bunch of 0-cost cards. There's a Murkwater Shaman that we're going to just have to Lightning Bolt because it gives our deck quite the headache. Fortunately, it's not too bad to do so. This deck is really low on Prophecies, by the way. So Lightning Bolt's basically like the main thing. I don't think don't even want to say I don't think he's going to play Werebat because we're just going to hit a Werebat if I say it, so I'm just going to pretend I didn't say that. I'm going to Lightning Bolt this Murkwater Shaman so it can't start doing crazy curse things to my board. Then next turn we're going to go Relentless Raider into Royal Sage, which is way better in this matchup than Gratwood Ambusher would be, unless we get it off of a Prophecy. And then maybe Jarl if we need the refill at that point. He only has 5 Magicka. Yeah, he knows the damage is going to start piling in when he plays a Swindler's Market anyway. It's just inescapable. So placements, ooh, actually Reeve is pretty good. He just uses Shackle. I don't think there's a whole lot of other ways to answer it. Raider Royal Sage is tempting. We get Sage off next turn regardless. There's no way he can sort of work around the life differential right now. Reeve and Relentless Raider, man. Forget Royal Sage. Our main concern should be trying to keep the Croc alive. So Ward on the Croc, obviously great. Charge on the Sage, obviously great. Guard on the Sage, obviously great. Raider, I don't really know. Depends on what the Sage and the Croc get, I guess. But then Reeve gets worse in my hand. That's one problem. It's just they're rotting. It takes so long to get going that I'm really tempted to just play the Reeve and the Raider in the right. And just let the Croc die. Alright, let's try it. It is still a Magicka efficient play. So I don't dislike it too much, at the very least. But that seems like it is a critical turn. Hopefully we made the right call there. Based on the fact that we already saw him use a curse, he never got his Skulk Pilfer effect to find anything else. Cruel Firebloom might have a 50-50 here if he's playing it, which I assume Firebloom is usually seen as like a multiple in the builds with Spiderworker. Just a very easy Firebloom target, one of the reasons it's played besides the obvious cycle. So, I mean, yeah, Cruel Firebloom is like the efficient answer for Reeve, but Lightning Bolt is not. Curse. Oh, well, this is guaranteed if he has a Firebloom as well. And he does have the Firebloom, which is kind of unlucky for me. Well, I guess it's unlucky for him as well. Seeing as how he had them all in his hand naturally without having the Skulk search. Yep. But it's also getting rid of my board that I didn't think otherwise could be removed too easily. This is dealt with by Lightning Bolt, but it does refill us at a time when we could use some more damage. Leading into a Sage plus other stuff turn. Sharpshootering our own face is a thing that I'm going to consider heavily if he doesn't break any, or doesn't deal any damage enough to break a rune here, but I think he's probably going to attack, yeah. Prophecy just like that. Feels good, man. So just in case he has Smuggler's Hall into Nord Firebrand, I'm going to place this in the Shadow Lane, get cover so it can't be attacked for a turn. Notice how I like to weave in that, that knowledge about how this game works, in case you guys are new. Alright, well, clearly sharpshooting my own face doesn't make a whole lot of sense now. So, is it the old stuff plus Sage turn? Shackling that, because it's the largest thing, and could trade favorably with my 4-1. I like it. Where do we put this? In the right, in case it gets guard to protect my 4-1? We already know something's going to die to that, if nothing else changes. Or we could just pray that this gets ward and then go face with everything. Probably, if it doesn't, I think it's fine in the right, honestly. I think this is just all okay. Well, I'm going to put this in the left. I don't want this to die.
My arrows shall fly true.
But yeah, if these get guard, that could potentially mean my 4-1, which is the higher value card, would not die. Breakthrough. Well, they both got guard. I guess I'm just going to have to live with that one. Everything got... Jesus. Why do I have so many guards all of a sudden? Alright, well, let's go in. That's higher value, so we're going to attack with it first because it's unlikely to die, or more unlikely to die than this is. It's still a 1-health creature at the end of the day, right? And we have the Arena and the Battle Mace, which we can plop both down next turn. And without a Swindler's Market on board, or a Werebat, obviously, if he's running cards like that, it seems almost impossible for him to be able to heal. Shadow Shift, yep. Deck definitely runs that to cycle. Good utility card. Goodbye, Jarl. You served us well. But yeah, we just need one thing to live, and the Sentinel Battle Mace becomes 4 damage. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty bad. But we still have the Arena. And he has limited time. 3 Magicka left, and I have 3 dudes left, and I think... Okay, well, yeah, obviously. Alright, he's cycling, but I think if he doesn't have Curse... Oh, he's cycling. That's pretty sweet. Wisp Mother in that deck is pretty sweet, but I think that just... Oh, well, that's definitely going to be lethal. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and... I say... We do it the cool way, guys. We do it the cool way. GG. And since that was an actual... Oh, it's a pretty quick game. It's difficult to have truly quick games when you're recording. Hey, top 10 feels good, man. That's like the 3rd time today. I'm just going to drop out of it again when the next game just going to happen. In and out of top 10. It's the eternal struggle. Oh god, Turquoise Link. He was #1 earlier. Jeez, he's probably still streaming. He's streaming a lot. Check out Turquoise Link in addition to myself if you guys are interested in some good streams. We usually don't stream over each other for too long, at least, as well. Battle Major. Oh, this is bad. He loves Merrick. He does love Merrick. I have to imagine he's playing Merrick. And Merrick Battlemage is very good against Aggro Battlemage. Gladiator Arena actually one of the better cards. Kind of hard to remove without Belligerent Giant, and that's not a very magic efficient type of play. Kept one card, probably like a Firebolt or some early game. But we're not going to keep it. We need to make sure we can use our creatures for as long as possible to deal the damage, because they're not going to stick for the longest amount of time, and then we're going to have to rely on cards like Arena and the Lightning Bolts, and just getting obscenely lucky in the Prophecies. Yeah, so he plays Skilled Blacksmith as his 2-drop of choice in Merrick Battlemage. And we will just try to race him. It's just what we're going to do. And maybe succeed. It's not off the table. Yeah, this doesn't get rapid shotted. He's probably playing... Oh god, if he's playing Skaven too in this list. It's very, very anti-aggro. Turquoise Link and SLW were both in a Discord call with me. Apparently he just came online. But we were in the Discord call earlier and we were working on the Between the Lanes meta snapshot. These are the 2 contributors I had today, so we had a good long, like, 3-hour discussion about some theories, so I'm like, you know... We came to the conclusion that Merrick is very good against aggro still. Woo! Hooray. It's not looking fantastic. Sentinel on the right could protect our Croc. Hand's really not that bad. We have the early creatures we're looking for, but the problem is that they're all very easily removed by this deck. And he got the ring, which is not ideal. Yeah, going in here would mean my Afflicted Alit would indeed give me an extra card. Now, we could go for it regardless. It does give me the highest potential damage output. We're definitely not going to Lightning Bolt his guy. It's totally wasteful. But, you know, if we go for well, all of our guys have 1 health. Thanks guys. Thanks, Direwolf. Way to nerf Harpy down to 1 health for me here. But yeah, if he has the Skaven and he has it in his hand, it's going to be, in the words of Bob Ross, Agony City. But I don't think we have a whole lot of choice. We could play the Afflicted Alit on the left, but that seems like, you know... trying to avoid the canyon by, you know, wading through this treacherous water of the field lane that's gonna die anyway. So we'll just try to high roll. Hopefully he doesn't either run Skaven right now or have it in his hand. That's the Punisher. But I mean, it's just gonna be killed in that lane. It's just suicide. Poor Afflicted Alit, man. All he wants to do is hit face. That's all any of us really want to do. And I think we're just gonna be denied. It could even be also raiding party. That's a main thing we're playing around. Like, because that would be the most efficient clear, right? If we played one of these in the field lane. Nord Firebrand. He probably wouldn't care. Using one of those. Let's hit! No prophecies. Good. And double Harpy, and we're still just going to play right, and it's going to be painful. But, you know, we might as well. We might as well because we have no other options. Usually I'd like my opponent to be a little bit lower than 25 life on turn 5. Okay, Earthbound, like, it's not the most efficient way to kill this Afflicted Alit, right? But that said, I'm still losing my board very rapidly. So, like, while it might look okay, it's really not that good. Let's buff the Harpy, swing. And by harpying one of these, we should hopefully keep our 4-attack Harpy around. If he can only trade evenly with the Morgul. That extra 4 damage could be the difference. It's not gonna miss, is it? No, it's not.
Light on the problem.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Yep. I'm sure he has another one here. Or like a rapid shot or something like that. Alright, my board is dead. We saw this one coming, guys. Let's draw some extra damage. Alright. Now, what gives me the highest damage out of the Sharpshooter Scout? Is it actually giving me another card by pinging my own face? Now, that's a crazy thing to do, but my hand is looking low. And if I sharpshooted my own face right now and gave myself Triumphant Jarl, that could be a swinger. Because we have 7 magic. I'm gonna do it. Gonna draw a card here. Alright, that also is good. And I can still play that. It doesn't feel that bad, honestly. All of a sudden, I have way more damage next turn than I would have if I had just sat there, because he's probably not going to be attacking me this turn otherwise. Now you might feel pressured to attack me if you can't clear this. And now the only efficient clear seems to be Ice Storm, which clears his own guys. So interesting. He could just Merrick and, I don't know, roll some crazy things off of the Merrick. Not much to do here, but sit and wait and see what happens. We have 12 damage currently if everything in our hand and on board connected to face. It's down to 8. Now I don't think that's... I think that's pretty much guaranteeing he's not attacking. Yeah, that makes sense. He might be setting up for a good Merrick. It might be the plan. So he has 10. We need to start worrying about that stuff now. Now lightning bolting one of his guys never makes any sense here, right? Does lightning bolting face even make sense? If we lightning bolted one of his guys, he still kills everything but the sharpshooter's scout. And I don't really care if that one dies, since we can't prevent the other things from dying. I say we'll go in. And I think we're lightning bolting face too. I think we're just all in on the burn plan. Our creatures have exhausted their utility. And I don't really even care if that's, you know, something that removes something, obviously. I don't think it's too relevant anymore. He could be putting it in his hand to say, well, I can trade with what he already has. If he plays another thing in the shadow lane, I can bolt it. But, you know, joke would be on him, kind of, because our hand is just going to go face. Yeah, okay, so he's using it. He's going to try to retain the board, maybe make a Merrick better, or give himself a faster clock to kill me. Gladiator Arena could turn around and bite me here, but I have to play it, right? I have to convert as much damage immediately as possible. Now I'm on the clock because he has a lot of damage on board, and if I waste any sort of removal / burn interacting with it, I probably lose. Here's hoping to not see Belligerent Giant here. Atromancer, okay. So you'll be dealing 4 with this Atromancer. If he doesn't attack with anything else, then my Gladiator Arena alone will give me another draw. So I will have at least 2 draws here, and I can find lethal pretty easily. He's effectively at 7. I need to find 7 damage. That's our magic number. If he attacks for more, like if he went for the 5, I'd get another draw. Earthbone Spinner, not great. Ooh. Wordcrafter, definitely not great. Alright, so I'm dead on board, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, I wish one of these dealt damage. Well, it depends on how much. If I could get him in a bolt range, well, then I'd only have 1 bolt left, wouldn't I? Used all the harpies. All the harpies are gone. Now, this is another time Royal Sage would be pretty good, right? We could go for, like, well, if one of these was a Sage, we'd play whatever wasn't the Sage, and we'd play the Sage. I mean, we probably just, you know, Earthbone Spinner that down. That's actually really good here, because if he has another Atromancer, which isn't unlikely, that would deal 10 and, like, bypass the last rune, and we can't really afford that either. So, yeah, we'll just do this. It's highly unlikely it's good enough. We'll ward the bigger one, even though this one's more likely to die, I think. Well, no, we'll ward this one. Yeah, because we've seen a lot of Firebolts, we haven't seen a lot of Rapid Shots, so this makes more sense. Earthbone, you know, silences and deals with things anyway. But yeah, we'll deal the 2 here when he draws a card. And, you know, we'll just hope that there's, like, some out here that I'm not identifying. But yeah, I think we gave it our best shot. We just needed to draw some damage there and did not happen to. Could still get absurdly lucky. If I had an Atromancer out, I could deal some ping damage off of my guys. 2 shots, and they both need to be really good. At least I don't think he can bypass... Oh, he could have Sentinel Battle Mace. Yep. Oh, jeez. Hi, guys. Yep. There, GG. Well, we got him down really low. For how good his opener was, and, you know, not having the Ring of Magicka, we gave it our best shot. And those were some faster games in Item Sorcerer. As always, if you've enjoyed the games, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what kind of decks you'd like to see on the channel, or any other kind of videos as well. Feel free to drop a subscription for more stream highlights, which I haven't done a whole lot of. I don't know why I keep saying it, but yeah, deck techs, gameplay videos, all other kinds of stuff. Follow the stream at the link down below. I stream daily, and I'll see you guys next time.